o'clock here.
Good evening, everyone. The regular Board of Trustees meeting for the Las Vegas Clark County Library District for May 21st, 2026 is now called to order at exactly 5 p.m. We'll start with the roll call led by Chandler.
Thank you. Our Chair Rogers is excused. Vice Chair Turner Whiteley.
Present.
Secretary Foyt.
Present.
Treasurer Dukowski.
Present.
Trustee Jones.
Present.
Trustee Sanchez. I marked Trustee Jones present virtually. Trustee Sanchez.
Excused.
Trustee Williams Jr.
Present.
Trustee Fiedler.
Present.
Trustee Profit.
Present.
Vice Chair, a quorum is present.
Thank you so much, Chandler. Chair Rogers and Trustee Sanchez have students graduating this week. We wish them and all of the other students in the district congratulations on their graduations. Please stand and join us for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thanks, everyone. We'll move to item number 2 on the agenda, public comment. Topics raised under this item must be limited to matters on today's agenda. Chandler, do we have anyone signed up for this public comment period?
There is no one signed up for public comment.
Okay, hearing none, we'll close the first public comment period and move to item 3, which is board action to accept the proposed agenda. Is there a motion to accept the agenda?
I so move.
Is there a second?
Second.
Terrific. The motion has been made and seconded. Is there any discussion or comment? Okay, hearing none, we'll vote. All those in favor say aye.
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 The motion, any opposed? Motion carries. We'll move to item number 4, the approval of proposed minutes. We're reviewing minutes from the regular Board of Trustees meeting held on April 9th, 2026. Do I hear a motion to approve the minutes?
I'll make that motion.
Thank you so much. Is there a second?
Second.
Terrific. All those in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Any opposed? All right, the motion carries. Moving to number 5, the chair's report. Chair Rogers has asked me to share 2 updates with you. Executive Board elections will be next month, and the foundation agreement has been fully executed, and we're now seeking 2 trustees to represent us on the foundation board. So if you're interested, please let us know. Do we have Foundation Chair Ortiz in the audience? Okay, we don't, so I think he is not here to give us an update, which is fine since that was just executed. So are there any questions? Okay, hearing none, we'll place the reports into the record and move on to item number 6, library reports. Possible board discussion on the staff reports outlining our recent library activities. Executive Director Watson, I will turn it to you.
Thank you, Vice Chair Turner Whiteley. I've submitted my my Executive Director's monthly report. I do have a couple of other things to add to my comments tonight as well. First, I would like to thank the Adult Services Manager, Carlito Sanchez, for his service to the Library District and for his contributions to helping our community. Tomorrow is Carlito's last day. He will retire from the Library District after 27 years of service. Throughout his career, Carlito held positions including page, circulation assistant, support services, circulation department head at West Charleston Library, librarian at Clark County, assistant branch manager at Mesquite, and adult services manager. He successfully implemented a district-wide partnership with Project Maryland, which provides feminine hygiene products to those in need. He also implemented adult summer and winter reading programs, virtual author talks, and staff development summits. We wish Carlito well in his future endeavors. I also wanted to mention the Library District's summer reading program, our summer challenge, launched on May 15th and will continue through July 15th. Early registrations for the program total 8,800 in just 2 weeks and are up 54% compared to registrations at this time last year. The Library District also was awarded a 3-year grant for our Adult Education and Family Literacy program through the Adult Education and Family Literacy Act. It will provide over $1.6 million annually to offset operating costs of our adult learning program. I'd like to thank staff members who contributed to the project, including our Community Engagement Director, Matt McNally, Literacy Services Manager, Kelly Dubois, Literacy Accountability Specialist, Anna Sanchez, Senior Accountant, Amy Lynn, Accounting Technician 3, Jill Myers. Also want to thank our grants department as well, and all the other folks who helped contribute to that program. And at this time, I'd also like to just take a moment to recognize through a moment of silence for Miss Ruby Duncan, who passed away since our last meeting, and then I'll have some other comments after that. So if we can just take a moment of recognizing Ruby in a moment of silence. All right, great. So if you recall from the opening of the new West Las Vegas Library, Ms. Ruby mentioned during her comments having a room at the library. And so I've been working very closely with General Services and BAM, and also have had conversations with Chair Rogers to actually dedicate, I'll call it a dedication, but in memory of Miss Ruby, having something in our story time room, since for her passion in and around children, all the work that she did in the community, and her, just for her the things that she did. Her memorial service is going to be held tomorrow, and the funeral service will be held Saturday, and I do plan on attending both of those services. So that's my report, and I will take any questions from the board regarding my report at this time.
Thank you so much. That's a wonderful idea. Are there any questions or comments from the board?
I would just want to add that during that same time, Ms. Tolan turned 100. So just want to add that.
Congratulations.
I know that was a sad note for Ms. Duncan, but we also have another one of our trailblazers who reached a milestone.
And I would like to compliment you on being named to the advisory board for the College of Education at UNLV.
Oh.
That's an honor. That's a new position that's been created, and you've got a great team you're going to be working with.
Thank you.
Anything else on the phone? Okay, so we'll move forward and talk about the library reports. Just to start off, there were some really fantastic reports submitted. Thank you, staff, so much. I wanted to call out Customer Appreciation Week, seeing 1,900 survey responses and such unique localized events across the district is incredible. That's a great response. They were terrific events. Congratulations. In addition to everything that you called out, Kelvin, which was also great, does anyone else have any staff they'd like to call up or reports they'd like to acknowledge?
I'll make a comment regarding the Customer Appreciation Week. We plan to bring forward to the board in June a small report, a few minutes to go over some of those results, some of those comments that were gathered as well. So we'll do that at the upcoming June meeting.
Terrific. Love to see that. Also, Executive Director Watson mentioned it, but for anyone listening, please do sign up for a Summer Challenge. It's an incredible program, and it's so exciting to see that growth year over year. So congratulations, team. Anyone else that we want to comment on?
I'd like to comment or ask a question, or I guess compliment. Leo, you have arranged to have a partnership coming forth with the dental school for our clients. I think that's incredible.
Leo Segura, Library Operations Director for the record. Thank you, Trustee Foyt. Yeah, UNLV Dental School has signed a MOU with Kelvin recently. We're working on a launch for July 1st at the West Las Vegas Library will be our first location. And then staff is diligently working to integrate them into some of our schedules for feature events, health-related events, and then just general services. They're going to be visiting, the initial kickoff will be most of our metro branches, but we are going to be working them into Laughlin, Mesquite, Moapa Valley, and Indian Springs as well.
That's great.
So
Absolutely.
there'll be a calendar year.
On a different subject, could I ask if we're looking into expanding our passport services beyond what we have?
Sunrise Library, I believe the branch manager is here. They've been training, and staff has been working to get the space at Sunrise Library up and running. So we'll have our third passport location ready for the next fiscal year.
That's terrific. Thank you so much.
Mhm.
Are there any reports, any other reports we wanted to talk about? All right,
It's me again. I'm sorry.
don't be sorry. It's great. There's a lot of great work in here.
I wanted to ask a question of Mr. Vino, for John Vino. I was over at West Las Vegas not long ago, and I parked on the north side of the street. There's some parking along in there, and I came in and out of the doors that faced to the north, which was very nice, but there were people waiting, and some were teenagers and some were, middle school aged children, and they were sitting on the concrete. Have we ordered any seating for that area? Because it looked like an area where, you're in the shade, depending on the time of the day, and the car could come by and pick you up if you were
True.
for
We could
that.
take a look at that.
If you could.
Yeah, we did obviously we did the east entrance, but we didn't really think about the north entrance, so.
Yeah,
Good
I was
comment, yeah.
surprised for that. It was a different batch when I went in and a different batch when I came out for
Okay.
that. And it's a bustling place. They love that library.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
there's room for it, so we'll take a look. We'll get a couple of benches that fit.
That'd be great.
Okay,
Thank you so much.
all right. I'm going to stand right here because I think we're going to new business.
I think we're going right to you, aren't we? All right, can we have a motion to accept the library reports in the record as submitted?
I'll make that motion.
Thank you. Can we have a second?
I have a second.
All in
second.
favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, perfect. We'll move on to item 7, which is unfinished business. There's nothing there, so we will move right on to item 8A, which is the consent agenda. There are no items under the consent agenda today as well, so we will move right to item 8B on our regular agenda, the West Charleston Library Refresh Contract. Item B1 is a discussion and possible board action regarding the contract award for West Charleston Library Refresh. Mr. Vino, can you introduce the item?
Yes, John Vino, General Services Director for the record. The West Charleston Library is due for a refresh. Funds are allocated in the capital funds for renovations to the West Charleston Library, which will include new carpeting, new computer lab, a new creations lab, new patron seating, expanded staff offices, a new SPS office, and a new green dressing room. We did, an invitation to bid was advertised in the Review Journal and on the district's website, emailed to minority chambers of commerce, as well as on the NGEM, Nevada Government e-Marketplace. The bid opened on April 3rd, 2026. We did receive a total of 8 bids. The bids were as follows: SHF International, $515,000. Stark Contractors, $543,567. Monument Construction, $611,700. D&I Construction, $638,468. American Southwest Electric, $737,832. Eagle One Construction, $738,767.04. Mueller Construction, $797,433. $100, and Mountain Vista Development, $856,998. The lowest responsive and responsible bidder was SHF International, a woman-owned business, and the disclosure of ownership principles was included in your packet. We are asking for a motion to authorize staff to award a contract for the West Charleston Library refresh in accordance with bid document 2606 to SHF International LLC in the amount of $515,000, and to authorize staff to award the contractor to the next lowest responsive and responsible bidder if SHF International LLC fails to comply with the contract documents and construction specification or fails to execute the contract. Happy to answer any questions.
Thank you so much. This is a really exciting project. I spend a lot of time at that branch myself, and I'm excited to see what you guys are going to do with that.
It's going to be a completely different look, I think, when we're done with the colors, and I'm going to work on some shelving changes and things, along those lines as well, so.
Perfect, nestled right into that CSN campus. I know it's a really important resource. Are there any questions for Mr. Vino on this one? Okay, if not, can I hear a motion?
Yes, I'll make a motion to follow staff recommendation to authorize the contract to SHF International LLC in the amount of $515,000.
Thank you, Trustee Williams. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Trustee Prophet. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, motion passes. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone.
And now we need to make a motion to close this meeting so that we can open our public meeting about the budget. Can we have a motion to close this meeting?
I'll make that motion.
Thank you much. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed? All right, we'll close this meeting and we will open the public hearing on the Las Vegas, we'll close this meeting. And now I need a motion to open the public hearing on the Las Vegas Clark County Library District tentative budget for fiscal year 26-27.
We'll pass a motion to go ahead and open up the meeting to discuss the budget.
Thank you so much. Is there a second?
I second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, motion passes. We'll now open the public hearing on the Las Vegas Clark County Library District tentative budget for fiscal year 2026-27. Thank you so much for being here with us. Can you introduce the item?
Thank you, Vice Chair. Will do. For the record, Floresta Cabayas, CFO. I'm here to present the final budget to the Board of Trustees for 2027. The tentative or preliminary budget was presented to the Finance and Audit Committee on April 6, 2026. And the budget you have before you tonight is consistent with the budget that was presented to the Finance and Audit Committee. With revenues, not expenditures. Total revenues across all funds. The general fund revenues are going to be increasing because of higher property taxes. The capital projects fund is projected to have stable revenues, and all of that is represented by investment income. The special revenue funds are budgeted conservatively. The gift fund at $10 million and the grant fund at $20 million are intentionally high in order to accommodate any gifts or grants that the district might receive. The capital projects fund is, I believe I already referred to that, that's $1.5 million in investment income that's expected to stay steady because investment interest rates are also expected to remain stable. The district has no outstanding debt, so there's very little activity in the debt service fund. Total expenditures across all funds. Sorry, there's a little bit of a lag in the slides here. I'll ask the library district team to help navigate the slides for me. Can we go to the previous slide? All right, thank you. General fund expenditures are increasing primarily due to personnel-related costs. Again, the special revenue funds, the gift fund and the grant fund, are aligned with their respective revenues because we cannot expend more than we receive in gifts and grants. The capital projects fund is actually showing a notable decrease of about $6.9 million, and that's because we completed construction of the West Las Vegas Library in the current fiscal year. And again, the district is debt-free, so very little activity service fund. Can I have the next slide? Revenues in the general fund. Real property taxes as based on assessed values are going up, so property taxes are increasing by $5.7 million. The consolidated sales tax, also known as the CTX, is expected to remain flat. Staff definitely doesn't expect any significant declines in sales taxes in the upcoming year. But with that said, in the current fiscal year, we're on track to exceed the budget. Spending holds up that we see another increase in CTX in the upcoming fiscal year. I talked about investment income because of investment interest rates. That amount is expected to remain stable. And you'll see slight increases also in charges for services and miscellaneous revenues. As examples. Can I have the next slide? Expenditures in general fund. Salaries and benefits expenditures are projected to increase based on scheduled pay increases that will be effective July 1st, 2026. Services and supplies is expected to remain relatively flat at 2.5%. And that's not by accident. This is based on deliberate cost containment efforts across different departments. At the Finance Committee meeting, I used examples like in IT, where as contracts expire, we're renegotiating them at a lower cost, and we're making sure we only spend on what we actually use. Again, another example would be software user licenses. On the facility side, we're looking at tightening maintenance contracts to focus on preventative work as opposed to paying for larger repairs down the road. The library materials budget at $15.8 million is based on 15% of total general fund expenditures, and that's in line with the board's policy commitment. This is a pie chart that speaks 1,000 words. It's a breakdown of expenditures in the general fund by major category. As a service-based organization, it would be natural for our largest expenditure to come from personnel costs. But compared to most local governments, we're actually less concentrated in personnel costs, and we're directing a larger share to actual library services, including library media materials at 15%. So I believe that's a nice snapshot of how the district is contributing to the community. Total ending fund balances. These are our reserves. Can I have the next slide? Thank you. I'll start with the gift fund, the grant fund, and the debt service fund. These fund balances are expected to remain stable over time. They're designed to operate at break even, meaning revenues and expenditures wash at the end of a fiscal year. The general fund, the ending fund balance there is budgeted at $16.6 million. That represents approximately 15% of total general fund expenditures. That calculation is an industry practice. Our 15% is actually slightly higher than the industry standard, just for conservatism. And that's after a $27 million transfer from the general fund to the capital projects fund. I want to put that $27 million in context because it is the largest transfer we've made from the general fund to the capital projects fund. And part of that is accumulate in one budget cycle. What that really reflects is years of financial discipline and direction coming from Executive Director Watson. In the last few years, there's been a clear focus on holding the line on spending where it makes sense, while at the same time maintaining and even improving service levels. Staff has also been encouraged to seek out other sources of funding. A recent example would be the state and federal funding we received to help build the West Las Vegas Library. And I just wanted to point out that This isn't a one-year event. It's really the result of a multi-year approach to managing district resources. And again, I thought it was worth highlighting the leadership from the executive director, along with the work by staff across the district, and what they've done to do more with what we have. And that takes us to the Capital Projects Fund. The different capital programs. You can also see the expenditures budgeted for 2027 broken down by the different capital programs, and of course at the very end there, the ending fund balances in the different programs totaling $72 million at the end of fiscal year 2027. We're coming out of a major capital project construction phase, and we're facilities maintenance. Because, as always, these are two areas that are critical to the operation that can become very expensive if we're not prepared. And that is one of the advantages of having such a strong capital projects fund. It gives us the opportunity to plan and to be prepared for future capital opportunities if they arise. And that will conclude my presentation on the fiscal year 2027 budget. I'm happy to answer any questions. Thank you.
I really just want to say thank you for the continued financial hygiene that the district as a whole maintains. I know how easily it is for those things like subscription seats and software licenses to add up really quickly, and you made that point very well in your remarks, but the discipline that you all have maintained under Executive Director Watson's watch has been really impressive, and it's exciting to see that transfer go into capital projects and make sure that we're maintaining the wonderful facilities that we have. So thank you for that. Are there any other comments from the trustees?
I have one. Thank you for the report, very thorough report. I just wanted to find out or ask, what is our reserve balance, or what percentage do we keep at our reserves?
For the general fund, that would be 15%. That's a number we've used over time that we've found is conservative enough to withstand different downturns in the economy. For the capital projects fund, we really manage that as we go along. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head what that $72 million ending fund balance is as a percentage of all expenditures. But as you can see, most of the surplus, the reserves that we are able to garner over time, is allocated towards capital construction. And so that grows, and with the intent of, again, being prepared for opportunities in the future, whether it's building a new library, purchasing land, a major renovation of a library branch. Really, we just make our time to accumulate and be prepared for whatever comes next. The technology capital program and the building repair and maintenance program, I can tell you, is basically a balance that we shoot for every fiscal year. The $8.5 million you see there represents 2 years worth of potential upgrades in technology and maintaining facilities. And the idea there is that if funding were to become challenging, which was what we've seen during times like the pandemic, right, that we are still able to not only meet the needs in technology and facilities maintenance in the current year, but in the following year, should that downturn continue. So again, 15% in the general fund, and as much as we can possibly manage responsibly and keep on hand in the capital projects fund. And again, all of these funds are earmarked. We're not accumulating funds for the sake of accumulating them. There really is an intent to all of these capital programs.
Thank you.
Questions? Trustee?
I just want to thank you for all that work, because it's important to, plan for the future. Thank you.
All right, if there's no others, we're going to open the floor to any public comments specifically regarding this tentative budget. Chandler, do we have anyone signed up for public comment at this time?
No, there's no one signed up for public comment.
Okay. Seeing as there's none, can we have a motion to close this public meeting?
I'll make that motion.
Thank you. Is there a second?
I'll second. Asha Jones.
I'll make a second, but do we have to accept this report? Do we accept the report already?
No, when we go into the next, in your open meeting, that's when you do.
Okay.
Thank you.
I was just making sure. When
No,
we have
I'm
to
glad.
accept
I
it.
appreciate it. Thank you for the second.
I'll make a second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed? Oh, sorry, I don't mean to step on you guys on the phone. Okay, here, I think that's everyone. We'll officially close this meeting, and then can we have a motion to open our public meeting? Did I say that right? To reopen. Okay,
Okay, I pass a motion to reopen the public meeting.
thank you so much. Is there a second? Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, so now we are on to item B3, discussion and possible board action to adopt the Las Vegas Clark County Library District's final budget for the fiscal year 26-27. May I have a motion to adopt the final budget, please?
I would be pleased to make that motion to adopt the budget for 2027.
Thank you, Treasurer Dukowski. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you so much, Trustee Prophet. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, motion passes. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Now, item number 9 is executive session. It appears we do not need to enter into executive session today, so we'll move to item 10, which is announcements. As a reminder to the board and to the public, the June meeting will be held on Thursday, June 11th at 5 o'clock here at the Windmill Library. July will be held Thursday, July 9th at the Clark County Library on Flamingo Road, and there will be no Board of Trustees meeting scheduled for August 2026. Any other announcements?
I would like to compliment those who designed and thought of and are distributing the brochure on the bookstores. They're a tremendous place to shop, and the brochure is great, and I've been passing them out to people I know, and it's an encouragement for a variety of reasons to come into the library, or for an age group that wouldn't necessarily come in, and my compliments. Also, I have met the new volunteer coordinator, and I believe it's the same person that's in charge of the bookstores. And I'm not sure who she reports to. Leo, does she report to you? Ah, okay, great, thank you. Anyway, wonderful, thank you.
Floresto, do you need the trustees to sign that budget before they leave tonight?
No, thank you. That document will be routed electronically through DocuSign as soon as
Okay.
possible, as early as tomorrow.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, our final item is item, oh, no, I'm sorry, we're not at the final item. Our penultimate item is item number 11, our second open public comment period. Topics raised under this item cannot be acted upon today under open meeting law notice provisions, until open meeting law notice provisions have been met. Do we have any final comments, Chandler?
Nope, there are no final public comments.
All right, hearing no further comments, we'll close that period and move to item number 12, adjournment. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Thank you so much. Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, motion carries. We've adjourned the meeting. Thank you, everyone, for coming.
Thank you.
Evan.